Hey guys, Newcomb here, and we got some more fun stories to share for you guys. So the first one's titled, Am I a jerk for doing a weird or awkward poses whenever my mother-in-law accidentally walks in on me in the bathroom? Just for reference, I'm a female. So, my mother-in-law came to stay with us for a few weeks till her home was renovated for Christmas. The problem is that she has been randomly walking in on me while I'm in the bathroom. Thankfully, not once has she seen me naked because I started picking up on her behavior after the second time in a week. She'd barge in, then turns and say, "Oh, sorry," then closes the door. I tried talking to my husband about it, but he kept ignoring me, then flat out said, "So what if she accidentally sees you naked? She's family." He seriously said that. We have a lock, and I could have used it, but I have past trauma from the idea of locking or being locked in a room after my brother locked me in the bathroom when I was 5 years old, so I never locked the door anymore. So I came up with this idea. I go inside the bathroom, pretending to use it, and wait for her to come in. Because honestly, it's deliberate at this point. When she accidentally barges in and sees me in a weird, awkward position, for example, I'm doing a ballet stand, standing on the toilet or standing facing the wall with my hands up, fully clothed, of course, I could see how awkward and weird this would be for her because she'd stand there for a few seconds trying to figure out what I was doing. It was hilarious at first seeing her initial confusion, but she told my husband about it, claiming she caught me practicing rituals in the bathroom. I cleared things up and revealed the reason why. My husband was livid. He called me childish and said that I made his mom feel terrified or weirded out by my behavior. He said I should have acted mature and locked the damn door instead of playing mind games. So let me know what you guys think. Is she crazy from her PTSD not getting treatment for locking the bathroom door? The mother-in-law is crazy, or the husband not understanding where she's coming from? Let me know in the comments section below. Our next story is titled, Am I a jerk or a weirdo for sitting on my husband's lap during Thanksgiving dinner because all the chairs and the tables were taken? I'm a 28-year-old female, and my husband, let's just call him Sean for now, we have been together for a total of 2 years and have been married for only 5 months. Most of his family are decent people, but his mom can be a little bit passive aggressive and tends to criticize me a lot. Sean sees her as if her not getting used to me being around. But I don't know, because she treats his ex, Julia, very well. My mother-in-law says that Julia has been around the family for ages and her past with Sean never affected her relationship with her, which means she still attends to their family holidays even though they have been broken up. This is fine by me. I never minded her attending all these events until yesterday. We had Thanksgiving dinner at my mother's-in-law house. Sean went there before me, and when I arrived, it was already dinner time. Everyone was seated, and I saw that all the chairs were taken. I asked my mother-in-law why she didn't save me a seat, and she said, "Oh, sorry." And her explanation was because one of her granddaughters decided to show up last minute and took my chair. I looked at her, then Julia, who was sitting next to Sean, and I tried to point out that how I was more deserving of Julia's chair since I'm her daughter-in-law where we're actually family. Where I know in her head, she prefers Julia to be family and she is more family than I am to her. That it was rude to imply otherwise. Julia was nodding confidently and was glancing at me. I was so upset I wanted to leave, but I decided to sit on my husband's lap and act as casual as possible. I sat on his lap, asking if he's okay with it. Don't worry, I'm petite and he's very strong built. And started eating so casually while smiling and complimenting the food and mentioning to Sean how warm and comfortable his lap was now and then. The table went awkwardly silent. My brother-in-law, would try to break the silence and change the subject, but it somehow goes back to being awkward. My mother-in-law and Julia were barely eating and were staring at each other, then me with eyes wide open. Minutes later, Julia excused herself to the bathroom, and so did my mother-in-law. It was still awkward, but I did my best to focus on dinner. Sean was eating as well. Later, there was so much tension that my mother-in-law was barely able to speak after Julia left early, like right after dinner. Sean and I went home, and my mother-in-law tried calling, but then called Sean and texted me saying that what I did was inappropriate and that I ruined Thanksgiving dinner and made it awkward. She said it wasn't her fault the chairs were taken and that I could drag the chair from the kitchen, but I acted childly and made Julia, who is her family, uncomfortable and inappropriate. I need to mention this that even if I took the chair from the kitchen, there was not enough space at the dinner table to fit the chair. Everyone was sitting next to each other, bunched up. So let me know what you guys think. Did I ruin Thanksgiving dinner, or I did the right thing and showed my mother-in-law up? And for our last story today is titled, Am I an asshole for asking my girlfriend to start making me breakfast every morning? I'm a 27-year-old male, and I have been living with my girlfriend, who's a 29-year-old female, for several months now. For the most part, things are really good, and I plan to propose to her soon, and hopefully at least a couple kids with her later. However, we've been running up against a conflict. She's an absolute morning person, and I hate mornings. By the time I force myself out of bed in the morning and into the shower, she has already been up for at least 30 minutes, even though she's been at work later than I do. And usually when she's up in the morning, she's at the stove making herself breakfast. She likes to eat a huge breakfast in the mornings. She usually has eggs, French toast, or pancakes, hash browns or breakfast potatoes, sausage or bacon. Sometimes on the weekend, it's ham or steak. She eats almost nothing for lunch and usually has a smallish dinner, but she loves a big breakfast. Meanwhile, I only eat cold cereal for breakfast, or maybe I'm feeling a little bit ambitious and do oatmeal or orange juice. I only even start to come alive halfway through the second cup of coffee and definitely don't feel like cooking in the morning. However, my girlfriend obviously does. So I recently asked her if she start making breakfast for me as well. She asked if I was going to trade it off and sometimes make breakfast for her as well. I told her no. But I reminded her that I do often make dinner for her, and she said that since the trade-off making dinner, we trade off making breakfast too. I told her that there's no way I'll ever be able to muster that kind of energy the first thing in the morning. But that since she obviously can, she should make me breakfast too. I said that it would take no extra effort on her part just to throw a couple more eggs, strips of bacon, an extra portion of hash browns, etc. Since she's already doing it for herself anyway. Then this started a fight, with her saying that it wasn't fair for me to expect her to think of me in the morning since I don't do the same for her. She seems to think that her making breakfast for me should figure into our division of labor, and that I should do some extra things in return. But I think that since she already makes a huge breakfast for herself every morning, anyways, that just throwing an extra couple portions shouldn't be that tough for her to do, and would be no effort on her part. So why should I have to do more in her return if she already does what she's doing than I have to? So let me know what you guys think. Is he in the right here where she should throw on extra portions, or he should add more into the part of the relationship in terms of labor? Let me know in the comments section below. Anyways, guys, I appreciate all the likes, subscribe, and don't forget to check out our other stories. I'll see you guys next time.